Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. This is GreasyBadger. Earlier today on Twitter, Jisu released a 64-page Google document recounting the events her experience with ZeRo, with Sky Williams, living in the Sky House. This video will be focusing on ZeRo. It's going to be a part 1. Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we'll get to it right now. Earlier today, Jisu on Twitter released a 64-page document recalling all the events that has happened to her. Looking at the document, it opens to page 1. Page 1, Jisu opens up with thanking everyone that has been supportive and listening. She states that all information has been reviewed before being submitted, and she tries to remain as truthful and factual to her experiences and credible from people's recollections. On page 2, after Jisu came out with allegations against ZeRo on Twitter, people started to send her death threats. Guys, do not send death threats. Then, on page 3, Jisu talks about the layout of the house. The Sky House is where she and 20-ish amount of people live. Just for context, on the Sky House is owned by this guy named Sky Williams. He and others all live together and produce online video entertainment on playing video games to produce income. They all either work together or separately. End of context on the Sky House. So, Jisu mentions the crude humor and behavior from ZeRo that he would then act towards Jisu within the house, such as calling her Ching Chong, and whenever Jisu isn't paying attention, ZeRo would say Jackie, Jackie, Jackie to get her attention, to which Jisu would turn around to look and ZeRo would have either hardcore porn or hentai playing. On page 4, Jisu goes on how ZeRo's response was that he didn't remember or even downright denying how he behaved while they all lived together. ZeRo tries to act like he wasn't like the other roommates, but he was. The reason why Jisu didn't want to oust them all back then is because she would have to oust all of them and had to work with them because she would have no place to go as a runaway, and she would fear the severe backlash from their fandoms. Alright, so on page 5, Jisu reached out to a former roommate to corroborate on the story of ZeRo dating an underage 14-year-old. On page 6, another member can also corroborate that ZeRo's girlfriend at the time was indeed underage. Then later, some people would come to the truth of ZeRo's physical altercations to be met with lawsuit from ZeRo trying to silence them. On page 8, going back to the physical abuse altercations from ZeRo, people within the Sky House witnessed ZeRo beating women and knocking people to the floor. On page 9, showing that proof of shadiness and manipulativeness from ZeRo. On page 10, this is how insecure ZeRo is. ZeRo got so jealous over Vanessa, his at the time girlfriend. Vanessa was petting and giving attention to a roommate's dog. He told her to stop, to which then ZeRo pushes her to the floor. Page 11. Someone anonymous in ZeRo's Twitch chat threatened to expose ZeRo. He suspected that one of his mods is behind this, so with how rational ZeRo is, he demodded every mod on his Twitch. The screenshot then shows ZeRo as no stranger to treating his mods terrible. He told his viewers to bully this one mod and sent porn, himself sent porn to other mods. Page 12 to 13. Someone talking to Jisu would recall the time a Twitch viewer with mental issues was being taken advantage of by ZeRo. This Twitch viewer didn't know how to handle his money and be very obsessive with online personalities. Online personalities such as ZeRo. The someone talking to Jisu and some others try to talk to ZeRo and telling him to give back his money, as although it's not illegal, it's highly immoral to take advantage of someone with mental issues. ZeRo said he wouldn't do anything and still continued to collect the person's money. It's honestly so shameful. Shame on you, ZeRo. On page 14, a roommate recalling the time ZeRo got aggressive with Vanessa. It states that ZeRo and Vanessa were drinking in the house and arguing over childish reasons, to which, when it escalated, ZeRo pushed her into the bathroom and Vanessa, breaking the towel rack on her fall down. They patched things up again, to which later another argument sprung, prompting ZeRo to go through Vanessa's Twitter and blocking the before mentioned roommate because Vanessa states he's the best looking guy in the house. On page 15, after Jisu tweeted out this tweet, she received a DM from Katie begging her to reply as this person wants to get her story out. In her conversation with Katie, Katie states that she was just 14 when ZeRo approached her in ZeRo's stream. Before anyone says that ZeRo didn't know she was 14, Katie mentioned it at the very first conversation. Ugh. Katie mentioned it at the very first conversation they had. Katie mentioned she was a huge fangirl, to which ZeRo decided to message her. ZeRo calls her kitten, adorable cheerleader, and you're all mine. ZeRo then wanted a 14-year-old Katie to masturbate with ice. Going more through the chat between Katie and Jisu, Katie showed screenshots of Skype conversations between ZeRo and her, stating that he sent a love letter, requested nudes, and mentioned that in Chile, it wouldn't be illegal to have sex with a 14-year-old. Pages 27 to 31, another person came forward to tell their story. She mentioned that she was of age when ZeRo and her started messaging, only 1 month after ZeRo stopped messaging Katie. This person expressed a desire for just a platonic relationship, to which ZeRo subsequently ghosted her. After ZeRo gave his confession, holes in his apology confession were showing. The other girl that ZeRo mentioned in his tweet longer, the one being older than him, that's a lie. The girl in question will be referred to as M, as to respect her privacy. M reached out to Jitsu to tell her story. M mentions that she didn't lie about being older. She also mentioned that she tried to reach out to ZeRo some time ago but refused to, and only now ZeRo is talking to M for damage control, to try to convince her not to speak out with her story, telling her that she was the only one he tried to get her to masturbate with ice. What ZeRo forgot to mention within his tweet longer, and not only was he messaging M, he also tried to fly M, a 16-year-old girl, to Sweden to get a hotel together. More screenshots from M to Jutsu showing that ZeRo was being remorseful and apologizing to M. Only now ZeRo is apologizing to one of his victims. Not before, but after Katie spoke out. Okay guys, that's the end of part 1. Part 2 will be up pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, and if you have a comment, leave that in the comment section below. Leave a like. I just want you guys to know, never be silenced guys. Always speak out. Okay guys, be safe, be smart out there. Hope you guys have a good day.